Thank you for your time, Janet. It's lovely to have this talk with you.
You're very welcome.
So my first question for you today is, what is your impression of Goodwill in Australia?
Well, I think Goodwill is something that is going to make a difference. I work in a school and I see the sorts of things that go on in schools, the bullying, that very selfish way that younger people tend to treat one another. We see a lot of at school. So to be able to introduce Goodwill, where when you will good, good will happen, and to actually teach children at a very young age will change the world. So my vision, I suppose, no, not vision, but my interpretation of that is we can make a difference not only in kids' lives but family lives, and the ripple effect will be amazing.
Absolutely, and in fact it's a very good segue to my next question, which is how do you see the future of youth in Australia?
Well, I think if we can get involved in a lot of different things, we can change the youth of Australia. One of the scary things I think I've been introduced rather recently is statistically what is happening to young people through the onset of social media, their obsession with technology and the likes. It is actually physically affecting their brain and how their brain develops. Recently I was at a conference that gave us the statistics that the average 16-year-old today has the social and emotional intelligence of a 6-year-old 30 years ago. That is very, very frightening. That is very, very frightening. So for us, for me particularly, or all of us, Goodwill, along with other social structures that are in place, we have a huge responsibility to make a difference and to start changing things before this goes on too far. So for me, that's what I'm worried about, but I think we can make that difference. We can do it if we all work together.
And what do you think the world by and large needs most today?
Forgiveness. I work with something called Restorative Practice, which is a different way of looking at how you discipline young people and how you repair relationships that have been broken. So traditionally, somebody does something wrong, you have a look at the rule that's being broken, and then you punish the person that broke the rule. But if we just have a mindset change to, there has been some harm caused, there is a relationship breakdown, we have to work out what harm has been caused, how do we repair the harm, and how do we move forward so that the relationship is put back together. It's very, very powerful, it's tough, there's still consequences, people have to take responsibility for their actions, but I think if we could all work restoratively and teach people how to forgive and to take that responsibility, change the world. That would change the world.
Thank you for the brilliant insight into the work that you do. So how do you think Goodwill will relate to the work that you do in restorative practice?
Goodwill and restorative practice just go hand in hand. To me, if we could sort of bring those things together, you've got restorative practice, which is looking at repairing relationships, kids learning to take responsibility, and through all of that teaching them, if you will good, good will happen. It just marries together so well. I think it's very exciting, and I know different organisations in Australia that are working towards similar type things. If we could all bond and unite, the world's your oyster. I think it's very exciting that we've got a big journey ahead of us. We have to get on that bandwagon and get it moving, but I think, as I said, very, very exciting.
And finally, as a member of the team Goodwill in Australia, what's your vision?
My vision for Goodwill is to see it in every school, and certainly in every organisation, but me being in education, I would love to see it in every school, and that it's up there teaching kids from a very young age. I think it's too late when they're older, but if we could get it in when they're very, very young, we can literally change society and how it works. So for me, it's learning how to change society through young minds and young people, and if we can get Goodwill in there, I think, and we will get Goodwill in there right throughout the whole of Australia, and that will then pan out internationally.
Thank you so much, Janet, and very
welcome.
I think foundations are very, very important.
They are. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.